Hello my dear students, myself Pawan Sabnis. I am a chemistry faculty in Empower PU Science College. Okay, so I welcome to our college. Okay, so we are making a bridge course video. So what is this bridge course video, sir? In this video we will relate some of the concepts of your 10th standard with our PUC chapters, that is your upcoming class, that is PUC first year class. Sir, what are the chapters you have learned? What are the chapters you have learned in your 10th standard is, in the science, that to our chemistry, you have learned chemical reactions and equations, acid base and salts, metals and non-metals, carbon and its compounds, and lastly periodic classification of your elements. Okay, so while reading, that is while covering your 10th standard syllabus, you have learnt about many chapters. Okay, that is many concepts you have learnt. So what are the concepts you have learnt? That is, from the starting from first chapter, you have learnt types of reactions. Types of reactions. Sir, what are the reactions you have learnt? You have learnt exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction, combination reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, precipitation reaction, reduction reaction. Oxidation reaction, redox reactions. Yeah, in this chapter, while coming for your classes, that is for first PUC, please be thorough with some of the concepts like double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Because this reaction plays a very key role in inorganic chemistry of first PUC. Okay, while you come for first PUC, as I have told in my last lecture, we will come across chapters like chemical bonding and periodic classification. And in that chemical bonding, we will come across many inorganic reactions. So, to understand that inorganic reaction, we have to read that inorganic deeply. Okay, for a 10th standard, you just learn an examples and many examples of double displacement reaction. But here, you will learn about why they displace. Why the actually metal will displace, and you have learned that also in metals and non-metals chapter, why the metal can displace other metals, that is based on the reactivity. Yeah, but here actually we learn a core concept of chemical bonding, why the bonding occurs, why the metal will displace other metals. Okay, that is a curious science. Okay, let us learn about that. But this double displacement reaction, while coming from your 10th standard to PUC, just once read and revise. And you also know, in this double displacement reaction, there is a precipitation reaction. This double displacement reaction alle nimage precipitation reaction sigutte nimage. So ee kannada medium avaru idru kuda ನೀವು ಡಬಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಕರಿತಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದ್ವಿಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈ ದ್ವಿಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಕ್ರಿಯೆನ ನೀವು ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿ ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ದ್ವಿಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕ್ಷೇಪ ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಪ್ರಕ್ಷೇಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಯು, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ಫರ್ದರ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಯು. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರೀಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಥರೋಲಿ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಸರ್, ಯಾವ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಾ? ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ, I will take potassium iodide and I will treat this with lead nitrate. Potassium iodide I will take and I will treat this with lead nitrate, and that will give lead iodide and potassium nitrate. You will end up with potassium nitrate. ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಂ ಅಯೋಡೈಡನ್ನು ಲೆಡ್ ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ರತಿವರ್ತಕ ಜೋಡಿ ಪ್ರತಿವರ್ತಿಸಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೆಡ್ ಅಯೋಡೈಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಂ ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಎಂಬ ಉತ್ಪಾದಕಗಳು ಸಿಗ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವಾಗ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಂಥ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸರ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅಯೋಡಿನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ನೈಟ್ರೇಟನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಬಂದು ಅಯೋಡಿನನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಇದು ಯಾವ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್? ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಯಾವ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್? ಇದು ಯಾವ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ? ಇದು ದ್ವಿಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ದ್ವಿಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಗೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸರ್ ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್? ಈ ಲೆಡ್ ಅಯೋಡೈಡ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಟನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಪ್ರಿಸಿಪಿಟೇಟನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಹಳದಿ ಪ್ರಕ್ಷೇಪ ಒಂದು ಬರ್ತದೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಗ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಹಳದಿ ಪ್ರಕ್ಷೇಪವನ್ನು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್. Okay, so children, I will take potassium iodide, okay, and I will dissolve that potassium iodide in water. Okay, so for that what I will take? I will take water, I will take water and I will take beaker. Okay, so I will add water for the beaker, some amount of water I have taken. Okay, for this water I will add potassium iodide. So let us see what happens. So when I add, so I will add potassium iodide. So what is this potassium iodide? So this is one of the polar and which will completely dissolve in water. So let us see, will it dissolve in water or what? Okay, let us see that. So when we see this, will it dissolve or what? We will come to know. Okay, we will come to know what will happen. See, I have added potassium nitrate here and I have started stirring. So I have started stirring this. So this potassium iodide is completely dissolved. So I have taken potassium iodide and I have added to water. So this will dissolve completely. So I have made the solution of potassium iodide. I have made the solution of potassium iodide. Sir, what we will call for this? We will call for this as aqueous solution of potassium iodide. Why sir? Why it is known as aqueous? Because we have made the solution in water. So it is known as aqueous solution. Okay. So our potassium iodide is ready now. So now further I have to make this solution, that is lead nitrate solution I have to make. See what I will do. I will take again some amount of water. I will take some amount of water again. Then children, see here, this is lead nitrate. I am having lead nitrate. I will make the solution of this lead nitrate. Okay, they have given the formula of lead nitrate, that is PbNO3 twice, having 331.20 gram per mole of weight. Okay, this is the atomic molecular weight of this compound. So I will take this and I will make the solution of this. So let us see what happens. Okay, so I am making I have made potassium iodide solution already. I have made solution of potassium iodide already. Now I have to make the solution of lead nitrate. Okay, come, let us make that. So you all know what is the reaction. The reaction is precipitation reaction. The reaction is double displacement reaction. The reaction is precipitation reaction. The reaction is double displacement reaction. Both should take place. Both must take place. Okay, let us see what happens. So I have taken lead nitrate here. Okay, I will add water for this. I will get a solution. That is, I will get a solution of lead nitrate. I am adding water for this. Just I am adding water. There is nothing in that. I will add just water and I will get lead nitrate aqueous solution. Okay, I will get lead nitrate aqueous solution. So when I mix both of this, what I will get, I will see. First I will stir this solution because this solution is very important for me. Then further, so what happens? Let us see what happens. So this is lead iodide. this is lead nitrate. So when I add this, I am getting yellow precipitate. What I am getting? I am getting yellow precipitate. This precipitate will indicate you the formation of what? This precipitate will indicate you formation of lead iodide. See, I will make reverse of this reaction. What happens? Let us see. Okay, I will make reverse of this reaction. Okay, let us see what happens. See, this precipitation has been taken place. This precipitation has been taken place. Therefore, both reactions are possible, and both I have made yellow precipitate. This yellow precipitate indicates you formation of lead iodide. This yellow precipitate indicates you formation of lead iodide. Okay, children. So let us move for our next reactions, which is very important for your upcoming courses. Okay. So what are the important reaction? Next reaction. I think you come to know about this. So this should be aqueous, and this should be aqueous, and this should be aqueous, because everything I have taken in water. Okay. So next the important reactions are, so next important reaction what I will teach now, and which are important for you, that is redox reaction. Sir, what is redox reaction? The redox reaction is a reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Redox reaction is a reaction in which oxidation and reduction must take place in simultaneously. Sir, what happens in this reaction? See, oxidation means you all know addition of oxygen. Reduction means you all know removal of oxygen, addition of hydrogen. But when you come for your higher classes, that is when you come for your PU classes, you will learn much more about this. Okay, you will learn much more about this, that is what is redox reaction, what is oxidation reaction. There are many definitions for redox reactions. Okay, that is for reduction there is many definition. Example, removal of oxygen, addition of hydrogen, addition of electron. These are the definition for reduction. And same for oxidation, removal of electron, removal of hydrogen, addition of oxygen. These are the definition for oxidation. Okay, so in this PU course when you are coming, please read and come about that is redox reaction, double displacement reaction, and double displacement is also an example for a precipitation reaction. Don't forget to read and come. Okay, so next moving for other chapters, I will come for acid, base and salts lastly, because I have to show some indicators for you. Okay, I will show some phenolphthalein indicator, and I will show methyl orange indicator, and what are the color changes that is accommodated there. Okay, let us see in both of this. But first I will complete all other chapters. Okay, firstly I will go for metals and non-metals, which is yet another important chapter of inorganic chemistry, and you will learn about many properties of metals, many properties of non-metals, many properties of oxides, many properties of non-metal oxides, and you will learn about corrosion and how to prevent the corrosion. These are the things which you will learn, and you should know the basic idea, that is you should know the basic thing, that what is meant by silver corrode, what is meant by iron corrode, and what is meant by that copper corrode. Okay, what is the color of that copper corrode, what is the color of iron corrode, what is the color of silver corrode, you should know. These are the basic things of inorganic chemistry, that is corrosion chemistry. So next I am moving for the chapter of carbon and its compound, a gateway for organic chemistry. The carbon and its compound, that is fourth chapter for you. For state syllabus, that is for state syllabus science textbook, it is a first chapter in a second part. Okay, so carbon and its compound. So in this chapter you will learn about alkane, you will learn about alkene, you will learn about alkyne, their formulas, their structures, their isomers. You will learn about functional group, variety of functional group, and what are their suffixes, what are their prefixes. You will not learn about prefixes much, but you will learn about suffixes, and you will learn about some organic compounds like ethanoic acid, like glacial acetic acid, okay, and you will also know about esterification reaction, and you have already learned that is soaps and detergent, and I think you all come to know about formation of micelles and why soaps are not useful in soft water, okay, sorry, hard water, because detergents are useful. But these next level concepts, what are those next level concepts, sir? See, you have learnt about alkene, but here you will learn about many unsaturated compounds. You have learnt about alkane. You will learn now in this PUC course many of the reactions of organic chemistry. Don't worry, they are very interesting. Organic is a very interesting part. Organic is very interesting part, and it is very needable past, okay. And without organic, you can't imagine the things, because we are all organic material. We are all organic material. Our ship, our clothes, our book, our desk, is everything is organic. So reading about organic chemistry is a very important thing, and for future doctors, for future engineers, and future any field in science, you need organic chemistry. That is, reading of organic chemistry is necessary, okay. Inorganic, that is carbonate compound, you will come to know about micelle formation, and you have already learned that is soap does not work in hard water. Why? You will learn this PU course. And why detergent will be useful in hard water? That question mark will be answered in this PU course very deeply, okay. And the concept clearance must be very deep, and we will do that, don't worry. That is for our concern, and we will come across every concepts of that related. And I am moving for the last chapter of your 10th standard, that is acid, base and salts, okay. In this chapter, in acid, base and salts, you will learn about many indicators. You will learn about many indicators, many concepts, that is what is acid, what is base, what are the indicators which are present in your day-to-day life, that is daily home, and what are the indicators present in the lab. You will come across that. I think you have learnt about phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein, have you heard the name phenolphthalein? See, what is phenolphthalein? What is phenolphthalein? If I ask the question for you, you will say, sir, it is acid base indicator, sir. Wrong answer. It is not an acid base indicator, it is just a base indicator. Phenolphthalein is just a base indicator, it is not an acid base indicator. Why, sir? See, phenolphthalein, the structure of phenolphthalein is written like this. This is the structure of phenolphthalein, okay. So this phenolphthalein in acidic medium, it is colorless. In basic medium, it is colored. In basic medium, it is colored, okay. See, being a phenolphthalein as an indicator, it is never indicating about acid. It is never indicating about acid. It is only indicating about water, base. So which colored, sir? It is pink colored, okay. It is pink colored. So phenolphthalein is colorless in acidic medium, is pink colored in basic medium. Sir, what happens? We are saying acid base indicator, but you are saying it is a base indicator. Yeah, it is a base indicator. Why? It indicates only base, it will not indicate acid. For a salts, phenolphthalein is colorless. Then how will you differentiate salt and acid? Yeah, it only indicates base with a pink color. So let us make the solution of base, and let us see the pink color of this solution, and I will show how the pink color will come and how it will disappear. Okay, let us make that. Come on children, let's do that. Okay, let us do the solution of basic medium, okay, and let us understand what happens. Okay, see, I am taking sodium hydroxide pellets. I am taking sodium hydroxide pellets. Sir, what are pellets, sir? What is meant by pellets? So let us see what is there inside, and I will show what is meant by pellets. So these are pellets. These are sodium hydroxide pellets. Pellets means small tablets. Okay, small tablets thara irtave, iವಾಗ sodium hydroxide pellets anta karitare. Okay, so next what I will do, I will take a water in a beaker. I will take a water in a beaker. I am adding water for this, and next I am adding NaOH. See, I have added NaOH here. Okay, so I will stir the solution, that is I will make the solution uniformly distributed, which I have to stir. For that I have to stir. Okay, so I will stir the solution. So I have made NaOH solution. I have made NaOH solution. This is my NaOH solution. Okay, so I will make this NaOH solution in two parts. Okay, I will take this NaOH solution in two parts. Sir, why sir two parts? You will come to know this. Okay, why it is two part, you will come to know, don't worry. So why it is for two parts, there is a reason behind that, and it will be understood now only, don't worry. Because I have to show two indicators. I have to show what? Two indicators I have to show, and for that you must know both of them. What are the two indicators you have learnt in your previous classes? Many indicators you have learnt, olfactory indicators, colored indicators. In that I am making, that is two indicators, that is phenolphthalein and methanol. I will take NaOH solution, I will make it two parts. I am making this two parts. Okay, so in this part I will add phenolphthalein. In this part I am adding phenolphthalein. Come on, let's add phenolphthalein. So this is my phenolphthalein. Okay, this is phenolphthalein indicator, that is I have told, as I have told, it is a base indicator which indicates the basic medium, and it will give pink color in basic medium. Okay, this is my phenolphthalein indicator, okay, which is here, that is phenolphthalein, and the structure of that phenolphthalein I have written, that is I have written in the board the structure of phenolphthalein. So let us see what happens if I add phenolphthalein for this solution. So for that I need a dropper. So I am taking a dropper and I am taking this solution. I am taking this solution and I am taking phenolphthalein in my same hand. I am taking the solution here, which is very important now. The color will come. So children, please observe. The color is formed. That is pink color formation. See, it is going. So let us add. It is very important. Wow, it's coming and it is going. So let's see what happens. Let's see. See. Again it will come, it will go. Again it will come, it will go. Sir, why it is going, sir? See, very important. It's a very important thing. The color is again disappearing. Sir, why it is disappearing, sir? Sir, because the NaOH what I have added is very large amount, which cannot sustain that pink color. The phenolphthalein amount is very less, but NaOH amount is very high. Let us add few more drops. Let us see what happens. See, the color is disappearing. Slowly color is turning to be light color. Again it is disappearing, because the added NaOH is very high amount compared to sodium hydroxide, that is phenolphthalein. So let us throw this dropper and let us add by hand phenolphthalein. Okay, phenolphthalein nothing but what is one of the phenol content. Okay, don't touch with your bare hands, because phenol is little corrosive for your hand. Okay, you can add like this. When I add, see, this is the formation of color, that is phenolphthalein is added now. I think it is clear for you. So when you observe this, sir, what are the observations what we can observe here? See, phenolphthalein is standing above. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ರಿ, ಮೇಲೆ ನೀರು ತೇಲುತ್ತದೆ, ಆಯಿಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ತೇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಗದು? ಆಯಿಲ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿಗಿಂತನೂ. ಸೇಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Phenolphthalein density is very low compared to water, so it is standing below. ಅಬೋದು ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ನಾನು ಚಲೋ ಹೊತ್ನಾಗ ಸ್ಟಿರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಡಿಸಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫಿನಾಫ್ಥಾಲಿನ್. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೀನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ನೀವೀಗ. ಏನು ಸರ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು? ನೋಡಿರಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ. ಕೆಳಗೆ ವೈಟ್ ಕಲರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ, ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪಿಂಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿಸ್? ಕೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿರಿ, ವೈಟ್ ಕಲರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ, ಮೇಲೆ ಪಿಂಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅದ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಿನಾಫ್ಥಾಲಿನ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು. ಇದನ್ನು ಹೀಗೆ ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಹೀಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಮತ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ನೀವು? ಮತ್ಯಾವ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಆರೆಂಜ್. ಯಾ ಸರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಸರ್? So let us see what is the structure of methyl orange. I think you have taken about this phenolphthalein. Yeah. So I will rub this phenolphthalein and I will write about methyl orange. Come on, let's read about methyl orange. What is the structure of methyl orange and what is its color in a basic medium and acidic medium. So methyl orange. The IUPAC name of this is very different. Commonly it is known as methyl orange. Okay, the IUPAC name of methyl orange is very different. So let us write the structure of methyl orange. If you write this H here, the IUPAC name of this methyl orange is N,N dimethyl phenyl azobenzene sulfonic acid. Okay, this is a IUPAC name. It is not a short name, it's a very long name. See here, N,N dimethyl phenyl azobenzoic acid. Sorry, benzene sulfonic acid. This is a name. Sir, what is the color? So now I will not write the color further, first only. I will show you the experiment, then we will write the color. So let us see. So at that time I have made the solution of NaOH. Yeah, I will take the same solution of NaOH and I will add methyl orange as an indicator. What happens? Let us see. This is my methyl orange indicator. Okay, this is my methyl orange indicator. Okay, so I will add this methyl orange indicator for this basic solution of NaOH. Okay children, let us add. Come on, let's do this. Let us understand our curious chemistry. Let us understand our curious chemistry. So I will take 1 drop of methyl orange. Now I will add for this. You should observe the color change. Okay, so please observe the color change. So what is observing? What you can see? Orange color is forming. So let us add some more amount. What you can observe, let us see. Yeah, the added color is added from the dropper. It is becoming orange. Yeah, say in basic medium it is orange. You can observe this. Sir, what are the other observations? So if you observe this methyl orange is standing here, it is not going down. Again, what is the combination? See, water is having higher density compared to this. So why I am taking water? Because sodium hydroxide solution what I have made in the water. So water is having higher density than this. Yeah, I will keep it like that only. Now what I will do, this phenolphthalein indicator which I have added, no, for this I will add methyl orange. Let us see what happens. Okay, so let us see. I will add 1 to 2 drops, not much. See, observe this. I have added large amount, but methyl orange is standing. I can see 3 colors now: colorless, pink color, orange color. Can you observe this, children? Can you observe this? Sir, what does this indicate? This indicates that water is having higher density than the phenolphthalein, than the methyl orange. Okay, so this is the color change what I have shown. So next what I will do, the methyl orange solution what I have there, no, what is there, no, for that I will add phenolphthalein. So let us see what happens. Yeah, So let us add the phenolphthalein for this, and then let us see. So this is what the same, okay, that time I have showed, that is methyl orange addition. Wow, see the color, it is also standing there only, upside. Can you observe? Okay, I will add some more. So this is the color change what you can see. Are you seeing? Very important it is. Observe the color change. Observe the color change. The first there was NaOH, then there was methyl orange, then there was phenolphthalein in this beaker. Yeah. So for this beaker and for this beaker, there is a difference. For this beaker and this beaker, there is a difference. In my right hand, that is in my this hand, there is NaOH, phenolphthalein, methyl orange. In this beaker, there is NaOH, methyl orange, phenolphthalein. Can you see this? Can you see this, children? See. Very important. So what happens if the phenolphthalein added again? So let us see what happens. Okay, let us see what happens. A very important. Do observe this. Can you see this, children? Can you see this? The same color what I have got in second beaker. I am getting the same color. The color is same, the repeated color. Yeah. So this is the importance of acid base indicators. Okay. This is the importance of acid base indicator. Sir, what happens if you stir? So let us stir and see what happens. Let us see. See, I am stirring. Wow, the color is transforming to whole beaker. The beautiful color what I have got. So let us see another beaker, what happens for that if I stir. So I will stir this. I am getting same color. The end product is same. That means these follow the commutative law. A plus B is equal to B plus A. So this is about indicators which are present in your syllabus. Okay. So another, what is the important reactions, sir, which we have to read and come. Okay. So while coming, do not forget to read some of the chapters, like, so the chapters I will give, don't miss that chapters while coming for the classes. Okay. You please read and come that chapters. So let us see what are the chapters that you should read and come. Firstly, don't forget to read and come acid, base and salts. Acid, base and salts. Second, carbon and its compounds. The third importance is given for periodic classification of element. The fourth importance will be given for your metals and non-metals. So these are the chapters which you read and come. Once you revise those chapters and you go through for the questions of the chapters, especially the NCERT questions which is present, the backside of the chapter, exercise questions which are present for these chapters. Okay, if you go through this, the chapters when we start here in this college, it will be easy for you to understand. Or else it will just bounce, it will just go back. Okay, so ಅದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನೀವು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅವ್ರು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಆಮ್ಲ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಾಮ್ಲ ಮತ್ತು ಲವಣಗಳು, ಆಸಿಡ್, ಬೇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಅದರ ಸಂಯುಕ್ತಗಳು, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್. ಆವರ್ತಕ ಕೋಷ್ಟಕದ ವರ್ಗಾವಣೆ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆವರ್ತಕ ಕೋಷ್ಟಕದ ವರ್ಗಾವಣೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಲೋಹ ಮತ್ತು ಅಲೋಹ, ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಪಾಠ ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಪಾಯ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮನೆ ಚಂದ ಕಟ್ಬೋದು. ಇಫ್ ದ ಬೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್, ದ ಹೌಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಪಾಯ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ನಿಮ್ದು. ಇದನ್ನು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದರೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ was very good, and it is helpful for your connecting the PU course with your SSLC course. As I have explained in the last lecture that which chapters are there and what are the chapters which are very important for exam, I have told in the last lecture. And in this lecture I am showing some experiment. I have showed some experiment. In this lecture we have learned about some reactions, and we have seen especially lead iodide formation, yellow precipitate, and phenolphthalein indicator, methyl orange indicator, which we have seen today. Okay, so come to our college and we will just explore this world and just explore the chemistry world. Okay, it is very important for you to learn this chemistry, because this chemistry is a subject which is common for all the exams, KCET, JEE, NEET. For all the exams it is very important and you should learn this. Okay, and thanking you from my side, and I am very welcome you for our Empower PU College, and I am very interested to see you in our classes, and we will learn and we will explore and we will solve the problems of all the chemistry. Thank you, my dear children. Thank you.